Hello knife lovers, welcome to Knife Delights. Well, this video is going to focus on a very traditional blade pattern, that of the Filipino Bolo. Before I get into talking about these bolos here, I want to let you know I reached out to an expert. I reached out to Ron at traditionalfilipinoweapons.com. I sent him a picture of these two bolos and asked him if they were a specific pattern or a specific traditional pattern. And he was gracious enough to reply back to me, and he kind of confirmed what I suspected, that these are basically farm and jungle tools without any formal name to them. Now, I do have to say that Ron makes traditional Filipino weapons, uh, very, very fine handcrafted weapons. I'm going to put a link to his website in the description box. And I'm going to encourage all the viewers to go visit his site, check out his weapons. He's a true craftsman. Ron also provides martial arts instruction. Now, Ron, I usually save this for the end of the video, but I'm going to do this right now, and I'm going to give you one of my famous hat tips. So thank you so much, Ron, for all of your help. So what exactly is a bolo? Well, a bolo is a tool for clearing brush and various agricultural purposes. The bolo, which was credited to be invented or first brought about in the Philippines, the design spread to other countries and continents, but it is still a symbol of the Filipinos. I know that the Spanish exported the bolo to Mexico, and it was rumored that infamous or famous rebel leader, Pancho Villa, used a bolo as his close quarters combat weapon. So, along with the bolo and other Filipino martial arts, it was developed from the common people. Unlike England or Japan, where they had noblemen and knights, people with power, power and money, prestige, able to afford fine weapons. In the Philippines, the peasant class, if you will, had nothing to defend themselves with. So they learned to develop they learned to develop weapons out of common agricultural tools. Now, a bolo is a little bit different than a machete. The bolo typically has a curved blade design to it, where a machete has more of a straight spine. It's a longer blade, not as thick of a blade, and it has a smaller handle to it. So it's longer and a little more lightweight than what the bolo is. So before I get into the bolos here in front of you, just a little background. The Philippine archipelago is, well, it's over 7,000 islands. There are some main islands, such as Luzon. That's where the capital of Manila and Quezon City is. And then there's some other bigger islands, Cebu and Mindanao and such. But in all these different islands, there are regions, and within those regions, there's several tribes. And within those tribes, they all have their own culture. So each culture would develop their own style of blades, their own style of bolo. Now, I acquired these two bolos when I was stationed in the Philippines. There was Subic Bay Naval Station and sister adjoining base, QB Point Naval Air Station. They're both located in Subic Bay of the Philippines. And that on that base complex, there was around 300,000 acres of pure virgin three-tier rainforest. It was quite a jungle. And living right there on the base, there was an indigenous tribe, and the Navy hired them to provide jungle survival training, and in return they allowed them to just live in the jungle there, which was their native lands. So these local tribesmen, they would make these knives, and I believe these bolos here were made out of leaf springs from vehicles, and that kind of got started after World War II. There was lots of vehicles there, like old Army Jeeps, that were unusable. So they started using the leaf springs off of those vehicles to make their bolos. So this bolo here on top, this is the bolo that I saw that indigenous tribe carry in and around the base. And I was privileged enough to go out and do some jungle survival training with them. And as I said, they all carried this style. It's, I don't know, both of these bolos are about 18 or 19 inches long and 12, 13 inches of cutting blade. And this design actually has some sort of a clip point design to it. And then there's wood handles. And these are all handmade. Now, when you're looking at these, you can see that they're crude. But don't let their crudeness fool you. What I saw these tribesmen do out in the jungle with this style of bolo right here was truly amazing. They were very, very adept at using this bolo. Now this bolo here on the bottom, the curved one, I did see average Filipinos walking around with these, wearing these. And if I remember correctly, and now this has been 40 some years ago, but if I remember right, they'd shinny up a coconut tree and use a bolo like this to harvest coconuts. It was also good for cutting grass and maybe in the sugar cane fields, harvesting sugar cane. Now I'm going to put a knife that everyone's pretty familiar with. That is the Buck 119 Special. Put that right there in the middle and just give you a little bit of a size comparison. Well, to you the viewers, I hope you found this interesting, just having kind of a sneak peek at these two blades. There is so much information and so much history to go over concerning the Filipino Bolo. I simply can't do it all in one video. If you are interested in learning more about this, if you'd like me to go more in depth on these blades, please leave a comment below, shoot me an email. I would sure appreciate hearing some feedback on this. And to Ron, if there's more information you think that I should provide to the viewers, some corrections, additions, deletions, why, please shoot me an email and let me know. Ron, please feel free to jump down into the comments below also. Again, to my viewers, I highly encourage you to go visit Ron's website. Again, the website link is going to be in the description below. And just go visit his site and check out those truly wonderful weapons that Ron is making. So until next time, enjoy your knife collection, enjoy adding to your collection, and just have a very delightful day.